for folks that don't have a background in youth sports, they may be wondering, am I the guy running around on the field with the whistle around my neck, or am I going to these parks and rec departments and networking and building relationships with facilities and trying to grow the business and hiring people? So I want you to tell me, what are the prime responsibilities for your franchisees?
The latter was a perfect explanation of what they need to be doing. They have to be able to lead from the front and get out there and
Yeah.
blow the whistle and run the soccer classes for the kids. But they also, more importantly, need to be the one that is able to network with the rec departments, get the contracts in place, do all the marketing, implement all of our systems to generate the kind of business that they need to be successful, and then recruiting and hiring and training staff. And that's why it is a good team effort. If you have one person that is driving operations and one that is, driving sales, then they can, if you have one person doing both of those things, it becomes more difficult. But if you have one person focused on recruiting, hiring, training, staffing programs, and one on generating new business, it's a really good dynamic. Early on, they'll probably want to and need to go out and work with people because we do have very good training systems. We have, training videos. We have our team that comes and then trains the staff in each location. People need to go out there and do it themselves in order to really learn how to run the programs. Camps are actually a little bit easier because, we recruit and hire a lot of young teachers, and teachers have the kind of training that they need to manage a large group of children. So then it's just a matter of implementing the curriculum that we supply them with, using the equipment that we recommend. Then it's pretty turnkey. With the programs, what we always say is we don't recruit world-class athletes. We recruit world-class teachers who have a good understanding of sports and really relate well to children, because sometimes the best athlete is not the best teacher. That's not to say that they can't be. We have some pretty accomplished athletes that work for us now, that have worked for us, but we really look for the people with big personalities, great attitudes, can-do type people that understand enough about sports to teach a 3, 4, 5-year-old or a 7, 8, 9-year-old at camps or intro programs. As far as a franchisee is concerned, what they're going to want to be doing is, getting the contracts, driving the business, doing the marketing plans that we give them, working with us to make sure everything is running smoothly, recruiting, hiring, training staff that can run programs, and going out and spot checking. Making sure that everything is being run to our expectation and theirs.
Sure. And Rick, so when I hear camps, of course, I know people are probably thinking also this business is probably pretty seasonal. Can you talk to me a little bit about the seasonality of the business? Because these camps are
Well,
run year
it,
round, right? Not just in the summer.
it is seasonal and it is year round. That's changing too because in Texas and in Arizona, for example, we can't do very much in the summer
Right.
without an indoor facility. So you have to secure an indoor facility. So it kind of changes the seasonality, but we're busiest when kids are available in the summer and on the weekends and evenings. So there is a lot of seasonality to it, but with the sports programs, we have seasonal sports programs, the preschool programs, holiday camps, days off camps, all of those things that generate more revenue during the year, and maybe even more importantly, build the customer base. And that's really where the fit of the mission and the business are best, in that, we're providing things that families need, with the childcare, but also the positive, good activity. And then, we have things available for families to participate in at all times during the year. So when we're developing the staff and the customer base during the winter months in the north, then when the summer rolls around, we have, people have experience with our programs and we have experience with our with our directors to make sure that they're the right people to be running those, because it's not always, we've had people that were certified teachers that looked like they would be wonderful and they were not, and other people that were, maybe a little bit young, 22, 23, becoming a camp director, but they were, dynamic and
Sure.
mature and fantastic, and they worked out really well.
Wow. Elaborate a little more on the training. So are franchisees coming to Ohio for a classroom portion, or is everything remote and online?
We do like for people to come to Ohio, at least for right now, to meet with them personally, to have them see things firsthand. But a big part of our training system is us going there. It's part of their contract that we send a team of people to go help them launch, to to train their staff, to help train their staff, and to introduce programs to individuals. In some cases, if the franchisee doesn't have a strong business or sales background, we'll send. Right now, it's me
Mm-hmm.
to go help teach these guys how to get the contracts from the
Mm.
cities and schools.
How many employees do you expect a new franchisee to bring on from the very beginning to run these programs initially?
Well, it really depends on how many camps and programs they get set up.
Sure.
Because if they want to staff it at a 10 or 12 to 1 ratio for programs and a 8 to 1 ratio for camps. So that is one aspect of the business model that's good, is that you have to be doing your recruiting and hiring before things are set up, but you can judge how many people to bring on based on how many contracts you have set up, what your expectation is of how many kids you're going to get at the camps and programs, and then you can staff accordingly. And then we do have some other methods where we can, bring, more people on and get them trained. So it's really a puzzle that they have to put together over time, and that we help them with.
Thank you for tuning into the Emerging Franchise Brands podcast. For additional insights, guest applications, and to stay connected, visit us at efbpodcast.com. The Emerging Franchise Brands podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed do not necessarily represent those of Emerging Franchise Brands, its host Frank Fiume, or Emerging Franchise Group LLC. Any discussed franchise or investment opportunity requires thorough investigation, obtaining proper disclosure documents, and expert consultation before making any investment decisions. The podcast and its host do not offer professional advice or endorsements, and they hold no responsibility for actions, representations, accuracy, or consequential damages related to the podcast content.